Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video today we are going to discuss the cost of setting up 1 hectare of cassava farm in 2024, right? So the information you're going to see here will help you to get the right estimate, right? It will help you to get do your cost analysis more properly. You don't have to go into a project that at the end of the day you will not be able to complete. So in this video I ask that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video so that more people can see it, right? And then turn out the bell icon so that each time I drop a new video you're first or among the first to see and watch. So thank you and stay connected. My name is Denison, your billionaire farmer. So let's dive straight into the business of today, right? No wasting of our time. So things you need are as follow. Number 1, you need farmland. Number 2, you need chemicals. Number 3, you need labor force. And number 4, you need cassava stems. So these are the key things that you need if you want to start up a cassava farm. And this is the cost estimate, things that you're going to spend money on, right? So these are the 4 areas in which you're going to spend money on. There might be many other areas, right? Many other things that will still require your money, but these 4 here, they are very key. You can't jump them, so you have to know them in details. So let's look at the monetary worth. Yeah, so your farmland, how many hectares? We are looking at 1 hectare, right? So 1 hectare of farmland, and the amount I'm giving here might not be the same amount where you want to set up your farm. It's just a guide, right? In my locality, or let me say in my environment here in Benue State, Nigeria, this is how much you need to spend. Number 1, you need what? 50,000 to rent a hectare of land for 1 year, 12 months. So you are renting 1 hectare for 1 year, 12 months. And the good thing is we have some cassava stem where they produce within 5-6 months. So it means that it is possible for you to do your cassava and then you harvest before your rent will even expire on the land. And I always advise people that if you're going into agriculture and you're renting farmland, don't rent it for 1 year. Don't rent for 1 year. Always pay money for 2 or 3 years. Minimum 2 years. Minimum 2 years and maximum 5 years, depending on your project anyway. But minimum you should rent a land or lease a land should be 2 years, 3 years, because there are some situations where you rent that land, farm the first year, and you will not be able to make profit, right? So you repeat again. Maybe the following year you have done soil treatment, you have done so many things on the land, and then you come out making profit. But if you rent just 1 year and you fail to make profit, you're going to leave that farmland. Another person will come and rent, and then because you have already prepared the soil, the person will start making money from you. So I just digress to educate us on this. Don't rent farmland for 1 year, minimum 2 years. Yeah, so 50,000 naira for 1 hectare. Then chemicals. So how many bottles of herbicides will you need to spray the grasses where you're going to cultivate? Depending on how thick the grass is, right? But at least an average of 12 bottles. And based on how, depending on how much is the bottle is being selling as at the time you're watching this video. This is what the time you're watching this video here is June, right? 12th June 2024. So you might be watching this video in 2027 or 2030. So it means that you have to also check how much they are selling a bottle as at the time you're watching this video, right? So now currently 1 bottle of chemical herbicide goes for what? 3,500. 3,500. So you buy it 12 bottles, that is 42,000 naira. Yeah, right? You pay 42,000 naira, and then you go out for your labor. The labor force is another key area that you have to consider. Labor force. So the labor force, how much do you need for this labor force? or what are the activities that you need these people? Remember, you are not using tractor here. If you're using tractor, this might not be the same for you. If your farmland is very bushy, yeah, if your farmland is very bushy and demand much clearing, like uprooting of big trees, this course might not apply. But to give you an idea, right? So let's say cultivation of 1 hectare of land in my place here, they charge you 25,000. So those guys, they use normal hoes, like our African traditional hoes, to dig the farm for you, and they collect 25,000 naira to dig 1 hectare. It's very cheap, very cheap. I don't think it's like this in many areas, but it's very cheap here in my place, Benue State, right? So spraying of grasses, 8,400. So you have to spray the grasses, right? And these guys, they charge, in my place here, they charge us sometimes 700 per bottle, 500 per bottle. So we do it for the 12 bottles. You are going to spend 8,400. Then clearing, after the grasses have been sprayed, you will need to clear the land, right? You will need to clear the land. So how much are they going to charge you? 7,500 to clear the 1 hectare. Then the next thing you are doing here is for planting. They will also plant the cassava for you. You pay them 10,000. It's very affordable, but this might not be affordable in other places. But just know that these are the activities that must be done on that land, right? These activities must be done on that land. So you can see that you need cultivation, people that will cultivate, spraying of grasses, clearing, and then planting of your cassava. If you have done this, then you're good to go to set up your cassava farm on a 1 hectare land. And then cassava stem, very important. This is the 4th one, right? Cassava stem. So for the cassava stem, how many stems of cassava do you need to plant on a 1 hectare? This does not have a specific answer, and I cannot give you the exact figure, right? Because it always depends on how you cut the cassava, the stems. How do you cut the stems? It's another thing, right? Is it long or short? There is advantage to both, right? Disadvantage and disadvantage to both. Cutting your cassava stem short, cutting it long, or cutting it medium. I think I will do a video on that to help us understand how you can cut your cassava stem properly, so that your investment will not be in vain. But this is how cassava is being tied in most places, depending on the variety of cassava, right? We have different varieties of cassava in Nigeria, and then location also matters, how much to be selling these things to you. So if you are going into this cassava production, I always indulge you to make a research. How much are they selling a bundle of this cassava stem? You might not need to buy bulk or too much. You'll be buying as you're working, but you have to know how much. And the truth of the matter is, as you can see in this video here, you will see how they are being tied. This one is very small compared to the one in my locality. This one is very small compared to the one they might be selling in your locality, right? But then it will give you an idea. The tying of this one here is depending on the variety of the cassava. And I always advise people that if you want to go into cassava production, meet in your locality. You can meet the people that are in charge of agricultural department in your community. They will advise you on the best thing to use, or you meet farmers within that locality, because there are some species of cassava that might not do well in your environment or where you're renting land. So it will not be wise for you to bring something foreign or cassava that is foreign to a land and then waste planting the cassava and the cassava not germinating or not budding and giving you your results. So always consult farmers in that locality to know which is the best variety of cassava they are using. Then you can buy. But on average, you need 45,000 naira to buy cassava stem. It's very cheap in my place here, but it might cost more in your place. But these are the things that you need, right? So in conclusion, what we need basically, you need a farmland 50,000, chemicals 42,000, labor cost 50,900, cassava stem 45,000. So gross total you need 187,900. This is very cheap. 187,900. You know, there are some community where when you employ people to do the farm work for you, you also feed them. So you can see that in this my cost analysis, feeding money is not there. you have to transport workers to your farm. Transportation of workers is not there. But always sit down and calculate these things first before you go into the business proper. But this is an idea. This is just an illustration of what you will need. Alright, so thank you for watching this video, and if you find this video valuable, I indulge that you subscribe first to this YouTube channel. Don't just watch and go. Subscribe, like the video, drop a comment if you have a question for me, and I will gladly respond to you. So thank you so much for watching to the end. I am Denison, your billionaire farmer. Stay